Warning all American and U.S. workers, Walmart is following in Amazon's footsteps and taking their business model online. Mom and pops and brick and mortar has been crushed and employees are on the chopping block next. And I have to say, we honestly saw this one coming, right? Greg Foran stepped down as CEO of Walmart back in 2019, but this was only after taking them to the top as a $300 billion a year U.S. business. Greg Foran was credited with revitalizing Walmart's massive fleet of 4,500 stores and adapting them to e-commerce before his tenure ended. Now, these are the warning signs and red flags of what is coming down the pipeline. And if you guys want to know what I'm planning to do now and continue to do to position myself and my family to survive this mess, just stick around and pay close attention. I'm dropping nuggets on this one, guys, so you don't want to miss this. Subscribe to the channel and give this video a like if you haven't already. I'm going to make this one quick and we're going to dive right into what's happening. There may be a lot of data, stats, and other information crammed in this video, and if I move too quickly, I do apologize, but prepare yourself to take notes and you can always replay this video to drill down further on any of the information that you may miss as we go along. So first, this is an urgent announcement for employees at risk of losing their jobs and weekly and bi-weekly income and paychecks and direct deposits. Amazon and FedEx are pulling back, and these are red flags and huge warning signs of what's to come. We are no doubt in a recession, in my opinion. The U.S. economy is suffering, and like Jerome Powell, Federal Reserve Chair, said at the Jackson Hole Summit, there will be softening in the labor markets and American families and businesses will feel some pain. As if what we have been feeling for the past 18 months hasn't been painful. The U.S. economy has suffered through 2 consecutive quarters of gross domestic product declines, which 2 consecutive quarters of downward trending GDP is an unofficial measure of a recession, but there are some lawmakers who are trying to redefine the term. And what is most unnerving is that both Amazon and FedEx have both announced plans to pull back, and notably with regard to the size of their distribution networks. And real estate investment trusts like the large REIT property owner Prologis will see its top tenants moving out. And with less warehouse and distribution space, there will be less workers and less employees, i.e. more layoffs. Now, we are already aware of FedEx Ground's decline in package transportation volume and grim look ahead into the holiday season, as well as Amazon pulling the plug on new warehouse construction across the country. The puzzle pieces are beginning to fall into place, although these huge companies don't want to cause any unnecessary and premature panic, which could lead to tremendous amounts of quiet quitting, losses and reduced production, lower revenues and lowered profits, and possible theft and shrink. Companies like FedEx and Amazon are claiming that they are simply being more careful in how they allocate their cash. Can't say that I blame them. Now, like I said, we all need to analyze and tighten our budgets for less wasteful spending and more saving. And as the United States and perhaps the world teeter on the brink of a recession, this makes perfect sense when you think about it. But it doesn't negate the rent rollover trends. And the FedEx division that handles most of the company's e-commerce deliveries has announced through an internal memo that they plan to lower volume forecasts because its customers plan to ship fewer holiday packages. Again, this should not be coming as shocking news to you because we've talked about this before in previous videos. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go ahead and check them out when you're done watching this one. So lower volume equals lower revenue. Lower revenue equals lower profit. Lower profit equals layoffs and terminations, and a reduced warehouse footprint and employee worker reduction. FedEx Ground even alerted its 6,000 independent contractors that handle delivery trucking in the United States and Canada that they expected first quarter profits to drop more than 20%. That's huge. And a FedEx Ground senior vice president mentioned, "We expect there to be downward adjustments to volume forecasts." Now, the writing is on the wall, folks. The new FedEx forecast will be available on the 21st of October and said these changes will reflect the latest information from customers about how they anticipate current conditions are likely to decrease their volumes this holiday season. These reductions in volume are going to cause a devastating blow to the overall economy, and the ripple effects will blast multiple industries and families' incomes and wallets, since the company's FedEx Ground division inflation contributes more than 40% of its overall operating income. And retailers are already feeling the pinch and are pivoting ahead of the holiday shopping season to cut costs. Lower overhead expense, reduce expenses overall, which can be both good and bad things for consumers and employees and workers. The good, people will have more time to spend together with family and friends and loved ones on Thanksgiving. The bad, stores won't be open like they have been in years past, and hourly employees may not qualify for holiday pay and will ultimately see a reduction in their paychecks for that pay period. Another good is that if businesses like Walmart, Target, Costco, Sam's Club, and other major anchors can lower their operating and carrying costs, then they will likely have a much better chance at surviving a slower economy pushed by the Federal Reserve and Jerome Powell as they continue to drive up interest rates to try and lower overall core inflation to 2%. However, the bad that comes with that is that employees are companies' most expensive overhead operating costs for the most part. So in order to become lean and a viable contender for surviving this recession, a possible deep recession, or maybe even worse, a depression, they will have to cut their overall headcounts further and begin mass layoffs and terminations. Added to the list of 2022 of more stores closing on Thanksgiving now include Walmart, after a number of other major stores this past week wrapped up events to try and kick off the holiday shopping season, and several have announced their plans for Thanksgiving. Walmart is among the latest retailers we can add to the growing list, which plan to close stores again on Thanksgiving Day this year. The nation's largest retailer confirmed in an email that all of its stores, including supercenters and neighborhood markets, will be closed on November 24th, 2022. Kohl's, Target, and Best Buy have all announced plans to close on Thanksgiving again this year as well, while some major chains haven't yet announced whether they'll keep their doors shut on November 24. More are likely to do so, and experts believe high inflation could push families to get an earlier start on shopping this year with hopes of avoiding even higher prices later. That is, if families have the money or cash in savings to do so, with some looking to max out credit cards and hit their limits, stocking up on presents. Although consultants are still expecting holiday season sales to underperform and land far below even last year's disappointing results. And so the question remains, what am I going to do now and continue to do to position myself and my family to survive this economic cycle of high prices, inflation, jacked up interest rates going to the moon, underperforming stocks, and a declining S&P 500, car market bubble pop, and potential housing market crash? Well, that's actually pretty simple. I'm going to continue to hammer down on our budget and focus on tracking every dollar, spending less, and saving more, and finding more and more ways to earn a return through cash flow producing assets, investments, and continuously building businesses to align with the direction the market is going. Creating online businesses to sell not only tangible physical products, goods, and other commodities, but also sell digital products and services with infinite profitability built into the design. And like I mentioned before, there are so many different business ideas, strategies, and techniques out there that can produce amazing revenue and income streams without ever touching a product or paying high interest rates on holding inventory in stock. Not to mention avoiding the whole complexity of shipping and handling that we are seeing collapse right in front of our face with the recent news shared regarding FedEx Ground, Amazon, and Prologis. Now, I have a long list of small business opportunities that can be started by almost anyone and require no skills or large upfront capital to get started. These are great passive work from home side hustles that require no skill and can see revenues of $700+ per day just starting out. Now, I'm talking about super simple starters that can become life-changing for families. Their income, their savings account balances, and investment portfolios like Missing Money, Rent Your Space, Stockski, Peerspace, The Script, Etsy, Amazon FBA, Alibaba, DHgate, print on demand, and more. And I'm also going to continue to support business and other businesses with B2B sales funnels because I truly believe that businesses are going to be the most viable target markets to survive this recession that we are more than likely to have to live through for the next at least 2 years. So if you want me to make more videos discussing these businesses, ideas, and opportunities, just drop a comment down below, and if there's enough interest, then I will go ahead and release those videos. Now go watch these videos here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Be safe, take care. That's it for now. Bye.